Sometimes when you look at a post, Easter egg, or something like that, it can mean something. It could mean that maybe this is a hint as to what could be coming in the future. Maybe it is a nod to a new game, a new collection, or something like that. These types of findings, or even just posts, can be rather exciting, especially when there is that level of unknown out there. Nothing is announced. You know something might be coming, sequel, remaster, or whatever, but again, nothing official to really specifically point at. In all of this, I think it creates a bit of excitement, something for us fans to sort of wonder about. Will it happen, or won't it happen? Yes, that means that we could actually be counting our chickens before they hatch at the same time. This sort of stuff is kind of fun just to get caught up into, especially when you are the directed and focused audience of that thing. In this case, we are kind of in this high period of Tomb Raider right now, and I for one want to enjoy a bit of the ride. While nothing official has been stated or provided yet, but hey, you never know when it comes to Legends returning. So something I saw that I thought was interesting was from a post on Twitter, and this was on the official Tomb Raider account. They made a big post about the Tomb Raider Legend trilogy. This included brief little reasons as to why fans, players, and even new players should check out this trilogy. For Legend, it highlights that it's an action-packed adventure with fluid gameplay. I would completely agree with this statement. Legend is very much like playing a big-budget Hollywood treasure hunting movie. It's also the introduction of this new version of Lara, and that definitely feels like a blending of Core Design's Lara, and then the Angelina movie version of that character too. My bias is that I absolutely love this game. It's rather short, but generally I mean this in a good way. It's very brisk, exciting, and incredibly fun. Platforming now switches from each jump being very calculated like the prior games, and this one getting more of that streamlined and a bit more showy approach. Still very fun and engaging, but different than what the older games were like. Combat is a big part of Legend as well, and the third-person shooting holds up too. The mixture of having the action that requires Lara to then be on the move, along with a lock-on system, makes for engaging combat encounters. Plus, some additional moves and being able to use traversal tools as weapons are pretty cool as well. Anniversary is then highlighted as a reimagined classic that is true to the original spirit. I would have to agree with this too. There is an argument if even the first game required a remake like this, but at the same time it acts as both remake and then the first game within this trilogy, because it's a prequel to Legend 2. That sense of isolation, hands-off nature that was missing from Legend is definitely found, and I would also agree that this is where the spirit of the original is then retained in the remake. It's a really fun adventure game with a large focus on exploration, platforming, and puzzles. Combat is then secondary to everything else, so if you are coming from Legend to Anniversary, it will feel very different to you, and you might even find yourself getting a bit lost as well. It definitely allowed me to appreciate that classic style through that remake as well. A great example of that hands-off design, allowing the player to get lost just a little bit, just like Lara being in an unknown area and trying to then figure her way out and find the treasure. Lastly, Underworld is highlighted for having the peak moveset and deep atmosphere. While I do think that those are positives for Underworld, I personally do not find that to be the best description of the game. While I have Underworld videos scripted that haven't really got to the editing process yet, because of more relevant Tomb Raider news and projects being pushed forward like this video, but I will say that for Underworld, I think it manages to strike an almost perfect balance between what Legend was trying to do, along with what Anniversary was also trying to do too. What I mean by this is that we have an action-adventure where the combat is more than it was in Anniversary, but it's still more in a secondary role, with some really fun parts with that as well. The hands-off classic design that was found in Anniversary is then found with Underworld, but Underworld also allows the player to then opt into optional hints if they end up getting stuck. Again, these are not forced upon the player like having Zip and crew continually talking to you and giving you hints like in Legend. And while I do miss the more narrative and story related discussions, Underworld is about giving the player a tomb, an unknown area. And even with that isolation, it's felt along with the player being able to also go into the menu and then select hints to be revealed if the player wants to do that as well. If you are someone who does not want to interact with this, then you don't have to. It's sort of having the best of both worlds and then succeeding at just that. Now here's the thing, when I saw this post, I'm like, I suck at picking up on signs, but this seems pretty obvious that highlighting this trilogy right now seems like another tease that remasters are coming, or at least being worked on, along with some of the other hints and teases that we've seen with the likes of new screenshots that mimic wallpapers from the Legend trilogy in the 4 through 6 remasters. But then a few days later, the Tomb Raider Twitter account made another post where it highlighted the Survivor trilogy. So then it made me wonder, was this just a post to get people talking and engaging about Tomb Raider again? So this is where I wonder if the first Legend Trilogy post that we talked about in this video, was it actually meant to be something deeper than what was actually presented on face value? At the same time, I do wonder if this is a slight nod to a potential remaster coming, and then having the Tomb Raider social media also highlighting the Survivor trilogy could be a way to sort of get fans thinking that this was a tease, wondering what this actually was. At the end of the day, I think what they wanted us to do was either talk about these games, or even just buy them. And guess what? These posts have most certainly succeeded, because look, I made a video on it right here. And a lot of this will be up to how you interpret it. Maybe it is something, maybe it is nothing. When looking at all of the little hints being dropped related to the Tomb Raider Legend trilogy, also being the natural next step for the remaster team to sort of take a crack at this, it is something that I find myself getting all swept up into. This is the kind of phase that is sort of the calm before anything major happens, as it relates to a new collection set or something like that. I know that we just got the 4 through 6 remasters, and that was exciting and awesome that we got them. But at the same time, I know that many of us can quickly pivot on to the next Tomb Raider thing to get excited for, while also enjoying the said thing that we were waiting for just moments ago. So in this case, pivoting to when and hopefully Tomb Raider Legend Trilogy Remaster will be coming out, at the same time really eating up and enjoying the 4 through 6 remasters currently. Yes, this might sound a bit greedy in that way. I know we maybe should just enjoy what we currently have right now, but at the same time, it's so natural to then have at least one eye on the future. It's sort of a situation of what have you done for me right now, and it's pretty cool and awesome. But what are you going to do for me tomorrow, or next year, or even after that? This sort of renaissance for Tomb Raider is why I think many of us fans are excited for more. Yes, we appreciate the work and effort that Saber has put into these remasters, but we also want to go back up for seconds and thirds in this case. Also, like I alluded to before, but this even then speaks to the efforts of the developers and what they've done for Lara and Tomb Raider games. You wouldn't see fans asking for more remasters if those fans were not happy. Thus, us fans asking for more. I think it really should be seen as a larger compliment that we love their work, and that we now just are excited for them to continue on. Nothing is certain right now, except for maybe that Lara is definitely at an enjoyable high point. We have 2 awesome collections, and there is definitely a potential for more stuff to come back. And any of you who have watched this channel before know that I'm a huge proponent for the Legend Trilogy, and I will continue being here trying to help even have that happen in just helping to spread the word, and discussing potential stuff like this. Do you think the Legend Trilogy is being teased? How likely do you think we'll see this set? Let me know all of this in the comments down below. If you're interested in supporting the channel, please check out my Patreon page. For just $1 a month, you can help to keep this channel going strong, and this allows me to be able to do more for my awesome audience. Please check out the links in the description and pinned comment for ways to support the channel. And most of all, thank you very much for watching.